Welcome back to Wake Up America. I'm Alex Kramer. It's now time to take a look at your latest business headlines. We're going to bring in President of Strellmark LLC, Hillary Fordwich. All right, Hillary, so big news yesterday. Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern merging to create the first U.S. transcontinental railroad. The $85 billion deal is one of the largest rail mergers in U.S. history. The companies are really hoping to compete with Canadian railroads. Hillary, what kind of impact do you think this will have on freight volume and trade, as it would be really the first time a single company would control rail shipments from the East to the West Coast?
Yes, I find actually this is fascinating. And I think this is actually going to feed into Jerome Powell and the Fed's decision. They're going to see this and then say, oh, my goodness, there's going to be so much growth. No, we mustn't lower interest rates. It's going to feed into their decision. But I think it's actually a vast deal. Why? Yes, absolutely fascinating that our nation has managed to be as successful as we have. But since 1869, there's never been one railroad. Absolutely fascinating to me. Now you're going to have absolutely no delays whatsoever from east to west in transit deals. I think for companies like Amazon, UPS, every single shipping business is going to boom. This is going to be more jobs, job creation, business growth, and the unions are happy because they're going to get a first shot at all those business deals. So since 1869, we've never had this. Great news for the U.S., great news for business and the consumer and growth.
Yeah, definitely. Finally, about 30 seconds here, Hillary. So from trains to planes, Spirit Airlines, really as part of its plan to cut flights, will be furloughing 270 pilots starting in November. This coming after the airline filed for Chapter 11 last year. Hillary, will Spirit be able to survive and compete with this new restructuring plan? Again, about 30 seconds.
It's looking less and less likely, Alex. Why? When you have pilots furloughed, just like they were last year as well, about 350 last January, what happens? The best and the brightest leave, the best and the brightest don't come, then you have problems. It all feeds in. It's structural. They've had engine problems, they've had route problems, and of course, the deal did not go through with JetBlue. Not looking good, unfortunately, for airlines.
Yeah, unfortunately, the writing is kind of on the wall there. Hillary Fordwich, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Fantastic insight.
Pleasure, Alex.